Mhm. Hello, everybody. I am just putting on a quick hertz to kind of provide a background, if you will. I want to go ahead and just first of all just introduce myself as I like to do. My name is Tina, known as Infinite Moon Love 1111. I have been on my spiritual journey for the last all my life, but more intently, the last few years. So I am on here to provide some sort of clarity and just guidance and really overall help align you guys with love as a foundation. God, Christ, consciousness, and love in that aspect is the highest vibration that we can all attune to, and loving one another unconditionally without condition, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and start on a reading here, and we will go from there. If you have any questions, you're welcome to put it in the chat. I will be saving this for later, but just kind of starting on it. Right now, I just want to do a collective. Also, if you're interested in booking a private or personal coaching session, 30-minute, 1 hour, or for 1 hour week session, it would be a month basically in that aspect. You are welcome to click on my link tree, which is in my description. Seeing right now, are there any barriers that are hindering them? The awakening card came out, so I know that this would be considered in judgment and tarot for me, and that's really, walking through this more less distraction, but things that really, it's almost like there's tunnel vision and they can only see one thing, right? And so this awakening stage happens to ignite the growth. The divine counterparts are awakening to each other, to one another, right? They are discovering patterns in different cycles their heart up. What makes them happy? What brings them joy? What is their purpose, as that might be considered? Or, for semantic purposes, mission, as one might also. We do have passionate. So I think that we should be using our creativity. A lot of that passionate energy, that sacral energy, is very much, I think that there's a passionate dynamic as well, though, within the two, within that collective. So let's go on a little bit more and I was trying to figure, I'm going to use this, bear with me 1 second as I get my Moonology out. Let's see what we need to clarify. Today is the new moon, so what a beautiful moment to walk through this transition. We do have balance, spirituality, and practicality. I definitely feel the collective is not imbalanced, but there are some points of moments where they're going to feel really, without clarity. There's going to be this transition, this moment where they need to sit with themselves and be in a very meditative yoga style. Allow the chaos to happen outside of themselves, but not within, right? When they come into their heart space, they begin to navigate that with the highest perspective, the highest calling that they can provide. We also have the end of the tough cycle approaches, and that's full moon in Capricorn. So we have a lot of water energy and a lot of earth energy. The tough cycle approaches. I feel like March has been a very intense month for the collective as a whole, but also for divine masculine and divine feminine separately and collectively. Don't let pride get in your way. I do feel like a lot of the masculine energies, divine masculines, and some of the divine feminines have been allowing things to really hold them back. Past patterns, past lives, past states of awareness, past experiences that they have endured, and it's very difficult to navigate when the ego is at our forefront. And so as we see the judgment, which is awakening, and then inner child, but also past lives connection, I think that there's this state of awareness that each of them are going through and really enveloping, where this is coming from. It's bringing up this connection, this 1111, the Wands energy, which is also about, a higher state of commitment, whether you're in it with this divine masculine feminine, or that you are, trying to work through something, a transition period where you're offering a more stable type of commitment. commitment to one another. It could be a deeper friendship. It could be and this can deal with, family as well. So this is not only romantic, but there is a lot of commitment. This could be you committing to yourself on a higher perspective as well. So let's get some clarity on what this Four of Wands is, Source. I do feel like the lesson or blessing card, though, as well as talking about, we have the Ten of Cups, is also talking about, is there something, we have Two Swords. So is there something, as I'm talking about the lesson or blessing, is there something that you can take away from this connection? Have you grown through something? Have you elevated yourself? Have you healed a part of something you thought you were missing? Reminding yourself always, though, that you are whole. This healing journey is not something where we're broken and we need to continuously fix and fix and fix. It is about continuously just healing through, progressively being mindful of the things and the triggers that come in front of us, and processing and pushing and fearlessly, limitlessly pushing through these lessons and blessings that are happening. Because we end up creating stagnant energy within ourselves if we can't even mindfully do that within ourselves. It doesn't necessarily have to be about the other person, or the other, whatever the construct could be. It could be work, it could be family as well. So we have the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Although it is progressive with 9 and 10 going through both of those, I do find that that's a really great energy, because it's progressively moving through the rapid mindset, the mindset that's been really negative for them. And so that's really now enabling them to move forward towards their happiness. We do have the Sun and the Ace of Swords. So I do see also that we have this clarity that's bringing them joy. It's almost like an epiphany that they've had now. And you could be happy. And so I'm always reading from like the outside perspective, but essentially you could be going through this right now yourself. The Divine Feminine did pop out with the, interesting. Divine Feminine came out, as well as the Empress, which is the creator, the creation of life. There's all about this like nurturing goddess energy, intuitive, caring. I feel like this is the Divine Masculine coming in and talking and telling us that they are aware that this individual, because there's such a collective message of like it going and narrowing down. So it really is like this like divine, I know I'm looking like it's a heart, but in essence it's a triangle, which is that Divine Feminine energy anyway, which is interesting how the cards are kind of laying out for me. So everything's always a sign, right? With that, we do have the Three of Wands, and I do feel like there's this very much, they can see the future, they can create, and it feels like they're manifesting, and some manifestations are coming to fruition as well. In addition to the Knight of Cups energy, which is talking about, this heartfelt connection, also about pouring into oneself. The Knight is also about progressive movement, though, so we do have this energy where the Divine Masculine is truly, I feel like, knowing how to love themselves so that they can love and heal that inner Divine Feminine wounded part as well. So this is on a whole different spectrum here, but let's go ahead and pull some of the romantic, is it? Yeah, Romance Angel novel. So let's see what we get for this. What can you tell us more about this connection? I don't always anticipate doing about love, but it feels like it is about love. I feel like right now with this, because I don't have the Five of Pentacles here, but as a collective, there are a lot that are in separation, and those that, align with this. There are having family issues. A lot of this has to do with parental, so 1101 when I said that. A lot of this has to do with our family life, like the dynamic between our, vice versa parenting, how you've been healing, what your parents did to you, didn't do for you, how you feel abandoned, emotionally, inept with them as well. Is it safe? It is safe for you to love, open your heart, to give and receive. So right now there is a lot, and interesting enough, like I have my candles lit, and the green has been really low. So the energy of that for me has been, because at one point it like died out on its own and it relit, okay? Magnificent things happen all the time. This is just my life. And as that one was lit, it ended up relighting itself, but very dim, very low. And so I know that there's a lot of hearts that are, the time has come to clear energy. So some of the Divine Masculines and Feminines, and a fractal, a part of a relationship that has really hindered their growth in love and knowing how to unconditionally love themselves first, love God within them, and then allow that to be reflected on the outside and to trust the other divine partner, divine masculine or feminine. We do have deception here though as well. So this is saying someone is wearing a false safe self mask in this relationship. So I do feel like there are a lot of those that are not really showing the most authentic persons in self. 1221, as I said that. So this is definitely twin flame energy with, I feel like, a very catalytic event. Something has spiraled and it's kind of leading them into the further gates of the trenches, if you will. With the deception though, it's like they're not showing their love. They're not confessing, or not confessing in a sense where it needs to be said or stated, but they're not allowing themselves to feel free and safe. And so this is very much a root chakra, something that's happening on the groundwork, right? I do feel like you're very much being guided with your spirit guides. You guys may feel collectively soul song too, as we have that this person was just like magnificent. There's this magnetic attraction. It could be very much a feeling of like your ancestors have also aligned this, okay? And this is meant for your highest good, both of yours. So this is very much the energy. Let me pull another tarot deck really quick and see what else we get. We're going to use the original weight tarot. Source, what do we have to clarify and give more of this collective energy? So we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is indicating fate, but it's also indicating karma. It's also indicating dharma, okay? So when we think about this, this is a cycle ending. It could be a pattern. It could be something that has come to light as well. The other two cards that come out are Victory, well, Six of Wands, the Three of Swords, and then the Five of Cups. I do feel like there's victory over this lesson that has had to cancel itself out. Victory, winning over this heartbreak, okay? So it's like, even though there's been this heartbreak, you're going to overcome it, which is where this green candle relighting itself, which is where this, it's safe to love, feeling like when we turn our hearts off because we're so hurt by someone else, we're like, I don't ever want to feel that pain again. But be mindful that the pain we've had to feel sometimes in that aspect has had to awaken our heart and break it open more and more. It's like a calcified piece of rock or sedimentary or something like that, right? We do have the Five of Cups though, which is talking about them really favoring the Two of Cups. I feel like now they're letting go. So there's this huge turnover that I am feeling. Let's clarify for, so we have the Justice card. This is also talking about clarity with communication, with epiphanies, with their mindset, with the way that they think. I do feel like the collective is going to have a little bit more balance. This justice that's coming in is kind of going to ignite though that awakening that is happening, that judgment that's taking place. I wouldn't be surprised if we got that card out as well. We do have the Page of Pentacles, where it's very novice but new. It could be you starting yourself to create a stronger foundation for yourself. But it's also in the energy where it's talking about, this person also coming forward and offering some sort of stability, some sort of it's very minimal. It could be like just a new start, a fresh start of something, right? As we split the deck, we have the Page of Swords, so it's a new way of thinking and walking away from the emotional burdens, which has caused this heartache over time, which has caused them to close off their heart and not feel safe and open that they can express themselves. One more message, Source. Yeah, to cause them to be open. Right now, this Knight of Wands did come, but it came in reverse. So I do feel like they are allowing themselves to kind of and I feel like they're having to go through and feel like, why am I so afraid? And really dig down deep, because in their heart of hearts, they know that this is not, you guys are not counterparts to hurt one another, right? This is for non-toxic type of energy though, you guys. I really want to emphasize that. Where there is the highest intention of highest vibration of love that even consciously they may not be aware of one or the other, but they're subconsciously not still doing in a higher aspect. They're not trying to harm you, if you will, or you harm them. A lot of patience and balancing of one's energy though that has to take place, and really loving and embracing their shadow. A lot of the divine feminines had to go through this huge shift recently, which was embracing their shadow part of themselves. With the Four of Pentacles, we have this grounding, but it's also this temperament of holding on too tightly. So it could also do with money back some of the collective, this feeling of know, an ideal that they have placed a struggle along themselves in this collective. So I hope that that does resonate for you guys. It was a short collective. This is more on the aspect with the collective, but I'm going to be more specific in, we'll do zodiacs actually that I will post on. So thank you so much for watching.